There was the role of the woman also very important, particularly in the Vatapi Chalukya dynasty as well as the Pallavas also. We find role of the royal family members, the woman of the royal family playing significant role in the endowment of the religious institutions. Rangapataka, who was the favorite queen of Nandivarman, helped in his construction of a small shrine which is situated within the precincts of the Vaikuntha Perumal temple in Kanchi. Same thing we find in the Vatapi Chalukya dynasty as well, where they were not only supporting the Hindu religious institutions, but they were also supporting construction of the heretical sect temples or religious institutions, particularly the Jains, where Kumkuma Devi helped in the construction of a Jain temple. Then you have the courtly life, which is also a very important part, because whatever informations we get, it is basically, or the lion's share comes from the royal dynasty itself. The palace institution becomes very important in this period, and the pomp, grandeur of the royal family or the courtly life becomes more and more predominant or prominent in the later Pallava period. The palace institution becomes more and more prominent, more and more elaborate. And there we find many women either bought from the foreign land or captured from the wars, playing a significant role either as the dancers, sometimes concubines, sometimes the functionaries of the royal establishment. Some of them enjoyed significant honor as well. From the Chalukyan information, Chalukyan inscriptions, we find one Pina Portugal. The honorific Portugal itself shows that she is highly honored, a concubine of a Chalukya king, in fact instituting a very important religious function, that is Hirannagarbha. It shows that the ruling family, particularly the royal family members, women, as well as the members of the palace institution, playing a significant role. What are the memorial stones? It is basically the commemorative stone raised in the memory of the fallen heroes who has fallen while fighting war, or even during the time of natural death as well. Earlier, during the earlier in South Indian history, we have seen the memorial stones being raised even for those who have died a very natural death, the Chaya Stambhas of Nagarjunikonda. Later, in the Pallava period, we find proliferation of memorial stones, particularly in the memory of those who have who have encountered a heroic death proliferating, particularly in the North Arcot, South Arcot districts of the northern part of present Tamil Nadu. Many memorial stones are there, not only in Tamil Nadu but also in Karnataka as well as Maharashtra, as along with Andhra Pradesh. The whole of South India, particularly the middle part, which was dominated by the pastoral non-peasant people, there we encounter this raising of the memorial stones, which is known as the Veerakkal. This memorial stones give us lot much of social informations. Along with this, we find the rise of educational institutions. Very, very important. Educational institutions were there. Educational institutions are, in those days, in the medieval period, dominated by the religious institutions, and in South India we find proliferation of three types of educational institutions: the Hindu educational institutions, the Buddhist as well as the Jain educational institutions, attached to, particularly for the last two, that is the Buddhist and the Jains, monasteries or the monastic educational institutions become important. In this period we find slowly the Hindu institutions, on the wake of the rise of the Bhakti movement, becoming more and more important, overshadowing the Buddhist and the Jain educational institutions. Ghatika becomes important. There are differences of opinion regarding the meaning of Ghatika. One group holds that it is derived from the word Ghata, which means concentrating on some aspect, here education. Another group interprets Ghatika as derived from the etymon derived from Ghosh, that is, it is a group of people involved in education. Whatever may be the etymological origin, Ghatika becomes very important educational institutions which had a long history. Then comes the curricula. What was the type of curricula? Here we find that either it was the Chaturdasa Vidya, that is 4 Vedas, 6 Vedangas, then there was the Nyaya, Puran, etc., or Ashtadasha Vidya, which includes Ayurved, Dhanurved, then musical instructions as well. Then we have the Buddhist and the Jain foundations as well. Huan Sang, who visited South India around 642 AD, shows that there were numerous Buddhist institutions, but most of them were deserted. It shows that Buddhism was in decline in this period, but he also refers to the prosperous conditions of the Jain institutions in this period when he visited South India. For the Jains, Pataliputra, that is presently situated in Kuddalur, was a very famous educational institution where Maninikir, later known as Appar, took his initiation and became a Jain. So All this shows that the society in its different aspects was facing a kind of conjuncture, if not disjuncture. Older way of life was being suitably changed, and adjustments were being done to suit or to address the new challenges that were coming up in this period.